EA Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. Tonight, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets as they play against the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick GA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the 2 spot. And looking at the Nets, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings midseason?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 6 teams, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
6 to shoot. Leonard, that's for 2. Rebound, Brooklyn. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Batum with the steal. Feeds to George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. That's good for George on the assist from Batum.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Jordan kicks to Durant. Pulls up, high post. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Leonard, it's stolen by Harris. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 5 now.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Irving against George. A 3 from Leonard. And it's Irving with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Leonard looking over the floor. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Inside. Lays it up off the glass.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
KD against Batum. From deep 3-point range, Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Shots good by Ibaka.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
A nice shot by Irving.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing here by 8. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Yeah, and watching that, all kinds of contributions and just little things that guys were doing to chip in for that win.
With 1 on the clock, that shot missing. And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, and it's fun and it's light. Fans deserve it on both sides. It's good old-fashioned basketball. It's all a part of the game. We're both trying to win, and that's what people want to see. Hard-nosed, edgy basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Williams. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They get it again. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
It seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. Guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Inside, outside. Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
The Nets shooting their first free throw tonight.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good from Harden.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
throw good, Paul George.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring, you get good playmaking and rebounding, you get a defender with active hands. And there's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Now Green, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It's deflected. Outside, George. Count it, good.
Well, you got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that, and Paul George definitely has the handle.
There's the pass to Harden. The tray. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
We've got 1:48 left to play here in the half. Here's Green. Outside for KD. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. KD's got 6.
Vintage KD, quick trigger on the catch and shoot.
George against Irving. The shot's good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Durant. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. Irving against George. Dishes it to Williams. That shot misses. Great D that time from Green. Here's Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Outside, George. Here's Zubac. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Irving passes to Durant. 17 seconds left in the first half of the game. He gets it in there.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
George against Irving. Right side, Williams. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got his first points in this one.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
And so it's Brooklyn in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we playing together, everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. It's hard to imagine how he could have been any better in the first 2 quarters. Shaq, let's get your take on Brooklyn.
Well, being that I'm a CSI detective, Kyrie Irving has his fingerprints all over this one. Just let the game come to him naturally. It doesn't matter what the D is throwing at him. He has it going on, and he's guilty.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, after the field goal percentage they allowed in the first half, it's time for them to get tough. That's right, tough. If they're going to stay in this game, they'll need to turn this into a street fight. Get physical. Let some elbows go. Yes, let them go. And guys know they're going to be no more easy baskets in here. Let them know that.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 2.
Well, he keeps adding strength and conditioning through the years. A big help to Kevin Durant there on the defensive end.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. And Jordan sends it back. They recover it. Durant with the steal. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Action coming off the assist from KD. Harden's got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn. Irving against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Harden against Beverly. Outside, KD. And it's sent back by Leonard. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Teardrop shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Throw good, Serge Ibaka.
And what's interesting about Ibaka, he's played basketball internationally ever since joining the NBA back in 2008. In fact, he won a silver medal with Spain in 2012.
Landry Shamit's checked in for Irving. And then for Los Angeles, Zubats is checked in for Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Ibaka hits both of them.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Now, here's Shannon. He's guarded by Williams. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The Nets have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Nets.
And Landry Shamet able to see a couple of different cultures in the early part of his career. And maybe some of that understanding about how guys have succeeded in playing roles is eventually going to help his career along the way.
A three from Leonard. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one. Tough to defend against.
Williams against Harden. To the inside. Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Love that pick and roll right there. DeAndre Jordan completes the play and very efficient at doing so.
Williams against Harden. And Zubats picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Nets leading by 10. Jordan high post, working on Zubats. Jordan kicks to Harden. And the Nets, another three.
Just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Clippers trail by 13. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams passes to Kennard. And here's Leonard. 5 to shoot. Here's Jackson. And the shot falls short this time. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. This is the most they've led by 13 points. There's the lob to Harden. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And so it's Brooklyn, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubats. And it's Williams at the point.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
The first one falls. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Good on both. Here's Williams. Pass to Zubac. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Such an effective combo guard. We all know that Lou Williams can score, but once he gets going, he'll set a teammate up too.
Down low, Harden score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Williams passes to Leonard. Lock at 6. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Los Angeles calls timeout. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving comes in for Landry Shamet. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if we have enough to get it done.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim for that finish.
Batum against Durant.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there. And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. KD can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 11. George with the ball. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Brooklyn.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
The first free throw is good. Jordan, he's checked in for Jeff Green. And Harris drops them both. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
He's one of the most uniquely built players in the NBA, and Kawhi Leonard draws contact often. I'm not sure he feels it, but he gets it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You think about how quickly it was that Kawhi Leonard just rocketed into superstardom. And as a leader of a very proud franchise, if you're a coach, he's everything you'd maybe want in a player.
And the Clippers making a change here. Kevin Gelly's checked in. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. There's 47 seconds left in the game. Chioza passes to Jordan. Pass to Shamet. Pops it up for Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Not easy to cover DeAndre Jordan when he's that deep inside, nearly impossible to stop.
2 shots. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
And so he hits both. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Jackson. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And here is Shamet. So it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one. It seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. KD, a statement win. How satisfying is it for you?
It was fun. It was fun. We came out and played hard. Guys played together, and this is all that I expected, man. I'm glad that we was able to get the win tonight. We're looking forward to the next game.
We're looking forward to seeing you out there again, man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right.